Hi guys, and welcome to another Ace Tanker in the OI. Yes, I put out a video earlier today in the Heavy Tank 6, the Tier 6 Japanese Premium Heavy Tank, that I didn't think I would ever have an opportunity to bring to the channel because I didn't have an excuse or didn't have a reason to. And then I figured I'd like to do my Ace Tankers in pairs these days, and I figured, yeah, you know what, this is another game that normally would not have been brought to the channel because I've already put up the first Ace Tanker. That's usually all I do in a tank. This is another Ace Tanker in the OI Experimental, and another game I probably would never have brought to the channel if it wasn't for the domino effect. I recorded a clip, and that gave me an excuse to bring the Heavy Tank 6 Ace Tanker to the channel, another one. And as a result of the Heavy Tank 6 Ace Tanker, I decided, you know what, we'll stick with Tier 6 Japanese Heavies, and I'll bring you this one. Now this one is significant for a few reasons, because this is one of the last games I played in 9.14. It's also the very, very last game I played in the OI. Now, I decided to keep this tank after grinding through it, but this is the game that got me enough XP to unlock the Oni, the Tier 7. And I went straight into playing the Oni because I had a crew for it, or at least most of a crew for it, from the Heavy Tank 6. So I started playing the Oni Tier 7 from stock with the derp gun that I'm currently using here. We are here on Airfield, and that AT2 has just learned of the benefits of firing HE at a heavily armored target. So yeah, this is the OI last game in 9.14 before it got nerfed. Significantly nerfed. And the thing is, I took out this tank. I'm losing my train of thought here because I'm recording this live, but I took out this tank for a couple of games in 9.15, and I've noticed absolutely no difference. I mean, the traverse speed got nerfed, the accuracy when firing the gun got nerfed, the aim time got nerfed. Oh, beautiful shot in the A44. No fire extinguisher. Oh, he does have a fire extinguisher. He was just very, very slow on it. So lots of lovely damage on the A44 here. There are 2 RT on the enemy team. I'm expecting to be focus fired because I'm in an OI. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the tank got hugely nerfed. Traverse speed, aim time, accuracy while aiming the gun, accuracy while turning the turret, accuracy while turning the hull. It all got nerfed. But that wasn't what made the OI overpowered. What made the OI overpowered is the fact it's a Tier 6 and it got armor that most, lower tier tanks are going to have problems penning. And that hasn't changed. So I did take out the OI for 2 games in 9.15 so far, and I've noticed almost no difference. Come on, give me a shot, give me a shot, give me a shot. Oh, there you go. Oh, just 233 on an enemy OI, but I don't care. So yeah, I really haven't noticed. I mentioned during the original OI Ace Tanker that this tank was going to be nerfed, and the problem was that everything that was nerfed about this tank isn't what made it overpowered. What made it overpowered is the armor. Now, you can see here that I'm in a big, slow, heavy tank, probably the slowest tank on my team, and the score is still, roughly 50-50, score 7-8, enemy team are capping, and the big, slow tank is the one that has to go back and bloody defend, because the rest of our team are completely oblivious to the fact there's a siren, there's a warning, there's a countdown on top of the screen, but it's the big, slow, heavy tank that has to go back to defend. Now we do have I was kind of really surprised that the KV-85, he's a lot faster than I am. He didn't turn back, and he's a Unicum. He didn't turn back to defend. He just kept going forward. But yeah, one thing is don't ever let stats fool you. I mean, he may be purple, but if you look at this guy's combat record, I don't want to insult him too badly, but if you look at his combat record, I mean, it's quite easy to have Unicum stats if you your highest tier tank happens to be Tier 6, and most of your thousands and thousands and thousands of games have been played in an overpowered Tier 2. But anyway, yeah, our team have advanced, and they've melted. They've suddenly melted. We've just picked up 2 kills, but yeah, the cap. We're on 75, 76, and this tank is just so slow, and now we've just lost our OI, and it just leaves the KV-85 down there alone. So it's just me and the KV-85 against 6 enemy tanks, and the cap is at 90. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Cap is at 90. I've got my HE loaded. And 906. Oh, so we reset cap at about 95. Okay, so enemy RT has been spotted down in E4 chasing down the KV-85. I'm a little bit worried about where that other RT is, but it doesn't matter. I suddenly realize I'm on lots of hit points, so it doesn't matter. They're occupied with the KV-85. And we aim, we lead the target, we take out the T-20, but if you noticed, our KV-85 died a fraction before we killed the T-20, so it is now 1 versus 5 enemy tanks. I advance, I'm trying to angle, the T-37 is firing premium ammo, because he has to. He penned me with one shot, but he has to fire premium ammo at me. I'm advancing, I'm trying to rush him down in a slow-moving tank, but there we go. And that was what I was waiting for. I tried to stay on the move. RT hits me for 129. I'm wondering where the other RT is. Why hasn't the Crusader fired at... Oh, there you go. Crusader has fired at me, but maybe that shot in the T-37 would not have gone in these days due to the accuracy nerfs on the gun, but who knows? I mean, as I say, I've been playing this tank in 9.15, and I've noticed absolutely no difference. So it is 1 versus 3 now. It was 1 versus 5. I took out the T-37 and the T-20. So it's just a Panzer IV-H and 2 RT left. And there were lots of reasons maybe I could have brought this game to the channel, because I know a lot of you guys sometimes think I'm an amazing player. You know, you or at least you're very, very self-critical and go, well, it's easy for me to say because I'm a decent player, and I'm not bad, but I am very, very self-critical, and sometimes what I make look easy, I will admit, may not be easy for other players. And sometimes when I say something as if, you know, it makes sense, I don't take skill factor into consideration or experience factor into consideration, but this is another reason to bring this game to you, because it was 1 versus 5, and that means there's a potential Kolobanov's medal on the line. So we've moved up, and luckily enough, Panzer IV-H seems to be AFK, so RT somehow, magically, manages to get a shot in. So I wait till I drop off radar. I want to kill this Panzer IV-H because he's spotting me for RT. And we take him out, but oh, the rate of fire in that Crusader. But you can see me using the gun direction. I'm seeing where the shots came from, and I know that both RT are sitting in F3. I'm really, oh wow, that Crusader's still able to hit me. I'm about as RT safe as you can be on this map, and the Crusader's still able to land shots. But I'm kind of wondering, is the M41 HMC, is he flanking me? Because he was last seen moving along the F line, he didn't fire at me. So is he flanking me, or is he going for cap? So my spider senses are tingling, and I'm moving back. I'm wondering, is the M40... Yeah, there's the M41. So we aim, lead the target, and miss. Oh, that is what I didn't need. I needed to kill this M41. Crusader manages to shoot me again, but yeah, the armor. I blocked... That's the 2 last HE shots from the Crusader, and we're blocked for 0 damage. And that's just what this armor is. It's overpowered. So both RT have now missed. I've dropped off radar, so Crusader should be leaving me alone. I've got to go back and defend for a second time. And we're on 5 kills. So the speed of this tank. There are 6 minutes left of this game, but in the time it's going to take me to go back and maybe... Oh, he stopped capping. Where's he gone? Is he running? Or is he gone on the attack? I've got 445 hit points left, so I am, you know, easily killable by these 2 RT. I'm wondering, is this going to be a draw? Is he... No, he's not running away. He decides to drive out right in front of me, and now I'm kind of trying to get RT safe again from the Crusader. So there are 5.5 minutes left, and you can see that KV-85 is saying cap. But I know the Crusader. I know the Crusader was at F3. The range of fire on that Crusader is not amazing, so I am going to go to cap, but my plan is to go to cap along the E line. And maybe to try and intercept the Crusader, because if the Crusader was running away, he would probably run into me. And with 5 minutes left on the cap, I figure, you know what, I should have time to advance down the E line. I mean, I'm debating all through this whether or not to just drive down through the middle of the map and go straight to cap, but you know, the thing is, with the speed of this tank, I don't even know if I were to turn around now and drive straight to enemy cap with 4.5 minutes left. I don't know if I'd have time to get there and to cap. I really don't know. So I'm kind of hedging my bets here that I can kill the RT. I mean, it was a 1 versus 5 situation, so I can pick up a Kalabanos if I can kill RT, but as I say, I'm debating whether or not I can even get to enemy cap in time in order to cap. I'm being told to cap by the KV-85, but as I say, I'm getting a little bit annoyed by him. He could be right, he could be wrong, but it was my call, not his. And I stopped to actually chat to him, and then decide, no, I'm not actually going to chat. I was actually typing there and then changed my mind. He's saying go to cap, but there's only 4 minutes. It's going to take me forever to get there. I mean, even if I were to make the cap in 2 minutes, that would leave me with just a very, very little small margin to win. I don't know whether this tank is capable of getting to the enemy cap in 2 minutes. He's going time, I'm aware, but I also know that the Crusader was down here, and the Crusader is okay. He's okay, but I've got a funny feeling he's probably set up an ambush. He's very unlikely that the Crusader is going to be able to one-hit kill me. So we're just advancing towards cap. I took the long route around because it would take me longer to go up that slope and over in a straight line than it would to go round. You can see how slow the speed is dropping off, going up even the slightest rise. We're down to 9 kilometers an hour. I'm driving towards cap. And yeah, as I say, just ignore the chat. Yeah, I know the Crusader was last down here. 3 minutes left, and as I say, I'm not 100% sure whether I would have made it to cap. Maybe I would have, but we spotted the Crusader, and I can't get an outline. I'm going, what? Why can't I get an outline? Why can't I get an outline? There's no out. Is he under the ground? No! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Alright, so there you go. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and we finished the game. So not only was this another Japanese Tier 6 heavy tank replay, which meant I could match it up with the heavy tank 6 replay from earlier today. Yeah, two replays I never thought would make it to the channel because I didn't have an excuse, and it turned out I ended up having an excuse to put them on the channel. So there you go, 2 extra videos I never thought I'd make. That was one reason. Not only was it, as I say, a Tier 6 Japanese heavy replay, but it was the final game. It was my final game in the OI before unlocking enough XP to get the Tier 7, the Oni, I think it is. Not only was it my final game in the OI, but it was my final game in the OI in 9.14 before the tank got nerfed in 9.15. But what made this tank overpowered is its armor, and it still has its armor. So they've nerfed pretty much everything they could on the tank, but except the armor, and this tank can still be top tier. It can still have tier 4 shooting at you that can't damage you. So I've played a couple of games in the OI just to see whether or not the nerfs had a big effect on it, and I can honestly say I didn't notice that much of a difference, other than the fact that maybe you would have pulled off a couple of shots prior to 9.15 that you don't in 9.15. I really don't think the tank has been nerfed all that much. So there were lots of reasons to bring this game to the channel. In the end, even though I thought I never would. But the other thing I mentioned it briefly during the gameplay, is the fact that, yeah, this was my first ever Kalabanos. Yeah, it was an easy Kalabanos. I mean, there was a AFK Panzer IV, and the final arty decided to turn on its side and show me his belly for a last easy kill. But it was I've played 35,000 games in World of Tanks, and you know, I constantly tell you guys that, you know, I'm a scrub. You know, there are much better players out there. There are much better players you can learn from. But yeah, it's taken me this long. I just don't know why. Like cursed tanks, this seemed to be one of my cursed medals, because I've mentioned it on videos before. I'm decent. You know, I do my job. I play my tanks to to their strengths. I play maps to their strengths. But I make mistakes, and I'm not a unicum. So one of the hardest things for me to do is carrying games, especially when it's in a situation where it's one versus multiple tanks. And this goes to prove it. I mean, yeah, 35,000 games, and this is my first ever Colibanovs. That's when I say I'm not an amazing player, guys. That's what I mean. But I'm so happy to finally pick it up. We also picked up Defender because we were the only flaming bloody tank that went back to defend. All of the rest of our team kept rushing forward even after we were capping, or being capped, I should say. We picked up High Caliber, picked up Top Gun, so we finished up with 7 kills, 1664 XP, 3,573 damage done, and yep, OI. It was overpowered in 915 or not of 914, and I still think it's overpowered in 915. 12 shots fired, 11 hits, 11 pens. So I mean, yeah, okay, the gun handling, the accuracy, the reload, they've all been nerfed. I might not have landed as many shots in 915 as I did in 914 in this game, but who knows, maybe I would have, because as I say, I haven't noticed that big a difference. Maybe 1 or 2 of those shots would have missed. But it's the armor that makes the OI overpowered. We received 10 hits and we managed to bounce 6, including some arty shells, and they were HE shots. So yeah, spotted 2, damaged 9, destroyed 7, did 97 base defense points. 97 base defense points. So three points off losing that game had I not come back to defend, and we ended up earning 47,000 credits with a premium account. It was my first game of the day and final game, hey, in the OI, so it was a ×2. But yeah, okay, 2 tier 6 Japanese heavy tank replays that I never thought I'd bring to the channel, but it's amazing just what a domino effect one little clip I recorded for an intro led to. It led to 2 games you probably never would have seen otherwise. But anyhow, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.